To deal or ex-deal? Good evening, sessionistas and photogs, and welcome to Photogs Life. My name is Chris Calumbiran, and I am the chief photographer and founder of Chris Calumbiran FZE. Please, if you are new to this channel, subscribe and like the page. If you find our topics interesting, follow us on our social media pages. The links are up here. So, to deal or not to deal? Ex-deal or deal itself? We are going to discuss what is ex-deal, what are the advantages and disadvantages of having an ex-deal, and what will you do? How will you negotiate ex-deals if you are in the same situation as I was before? So what is ex-deal? Ex-deal is basically an exchange deals, a transaction of businesses. So sometimes it doesn't involve money. Sometimes it only involves services and products against or in exchange barter deal with each other. So this is how most of the time back in the early days when there is no monetary or there is no the concept of money is not still being invented or discovered, the concept of money. We are exchanging deals, we are exchanging services and goods between each other. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of ex-deal? Definitely, we do have a lot of advantages when it comes to ex-deal. Number one, there is no cash transaction. It means it can be cheaper than to pay for cash if you are exchanging goods and services amongst each other to another or with another entity. Number two, network advancement. Network advancement means is if you are dealing with a lot of people, if you are having exchange deal with a lot of people and you find it cheaper than the ordinary dealing with monetary, you can expand your network very easily. Meaning to say, if that entity or if that client or business partner or that company that you are having an ex-deal with will refer you to their customers. Meaning to say, you are also involving yourself in their network. You're using their network indirectly by referrals. So you are advancing your network. Number three, you are delegating your weaknesses to another sector. You are trying to maximize your network. You are delegating your weaknesses. Meaning to say, if you have some sort of a weakness in your product or in your service, like for example, if you're a photographer and you are having a great deal of issue when it comes to post-production and you need some help with the post-production, you can exchange deal with a post-production company that can help you with your needs, in exchange with at least a marketing video or some sort of content that you can provide them, or if you're feeling hungry, you can exchange deal with a restaurant and try to get food out of their services. This is just an example. Number three, it can add or create value on other negotiations that you may have. For example, if you don't have enough monetary or cash to acquire a certain product, to acquire a certain service, you can sweeten the deal by adding your services in exchange to that product that you're trying to buy, acquire, or purchase. So you can add more value on that negotiation just in case if you are in short of cash and if the other party is interested with your services, you can use that. So, of course, if there are advantages, definitely there are obvious disadvantages also when it comes to ex-deal. Ex-deal, in any other deal or negotiation, it's always a promise. And a deal can go bad. This is according to www.corporatefinanceinstitute.com. A deal can go bad if the other party fails to honor the deals or fails to honor the terms of the deal. You know what I mean? In any other negotiation or in any other dealings, it's like a promise. Sometimes the deal cannot be can fail to honor the deal because sometimes it is a long commitment. Sometimes it's a it's a long commitment, not just a one-time commitment. It can go to a week, a month, or a year, or more than a year, something like that. So if the other party fails to honor it, then it becomes a bad deal. Simple as that. Number 2, sometimes X deals can be more expensive. More expensive in a sense that it may require more time, it may require more manpower and resources that is difficult to sustain. Sometimes people ask me to cover their major event, and when they say cover major event, for me it means involving a lot of people in my team that can cover that kind of event. It cannot just be me myself by alone doing it because of the large scale, and you don't want to compromise your quality. In the opposite side, vice versa, you don't want to compromise yourself with your suppliers, not having that monetary compensation that they are expecting, your suppliers are expecting, something like this. So we discussed the advantages and disadvantages. We have defined what is X deal. So let me discuss to you how you will be able to negotiate when you are in between this type of dealing, when you are faced in this kind of dealing. Number 1, like any other meeting or like any other decision making, you need to be prepared. You need to involve the decision makers of your company in this type of dealing, because they will know what to expect, they will know what to offer, and they will know the capabilities of your company. Or if you're an individual, you should know all of these things. You should know your traits, you should know your capabilities, you should know how, or if you are really willing to do the deal yourself. Number 2, never underestimate the risk, because there's always risk involved. If you are doing it normally, then you know what are the risks. Is this a medium risk? Is this a low risk? Or is this a big risk that will involve a lot of resources from your company doing this in exchange of that kind of services or that kind of exchange that you are dealing with from the opposite party? Never underestimate the risk that is involved. Number 3, focus on the objective. This simplifies everything. You have to focus on the objective of your company. Do you have a project? Or is it your company, your reputation, the reputation of the company, the mission of the company, that to focus only on revenues, to focus only on the reputation, or to finish this project in a very presentable manner? You need to exchange deals with other suppliers for you to be able to put out or to put up a kind of project that you would claim benefits from. You need to be objective when it comes to these dealings. So focus on the objective, number 3. And number 4, last but not the least, obviously, in any other negotiation, business transaction, whatever transaction it may be, you need to have a contract. Contract needs to be signed. Contract needs to be evaluated, needs to be agreed upon, and needs to be one by one spoken with. A verbal agreement is okay, but it's not really okay. You need to have a contract signed so that in the future, if you may have some reference that you would need to speak about, or if you have some reference that you have questions about, you can always refer. I'm sweating, my goodness, all these lights. If in the future, you can refer to the contract that you have signed and agreed upon. So you can also amend or you can also add a lot of things or clauses in that contract at the same time, in between you and the client, if you're going to renew the contract, just in case. So there you have it. Thank you very much. I've been working on this kind of setup from since this morning, and I did a live video with about the same topic, and this is a little bit more of a formalized version for you guys, so that you would be able to appreciate more of this quality that we are trying to deliver from you guys, and the value that we are trying to give you guys. So if you are new to this channel and you have made it to this end, please subscribe and hit that like button. Be generous, please. This means a lot to our channel, so we can continue giving you value and continue discussing about things that we learn as an entrepreneur, as a photographer, and as a business person here in the industry. Keep on shooting and have a great day. Cheers.